Hello and welcome to Crisp Concepts, where complex ideas become clear and simple.
We all talk about being stressed, right? It's a feeling we know all too well. But today, we're going to go deeper. We're looking at what's actually happening inside your brain when stress takes over, and more importantly, how you can start to take back the controls. So let's just start with a quick check-in. Does any of this sound familiar? You know, that brain fog where you can't remember where you put your keys for the 10th time, or maybe a super short fuse that has you snapping at people, or just that constant heavy feeling of being totally and completely overwhelmed. If you're sitting there nodding along, listen to this. You are so not alone. A staggering 80% of the workforce feels stress on the job. 80%. That's not just a feeling, you guys. That's practically an epidemic. Okay, so to understand how we can push back, we first have to really know what we're up against. And what's interesting is that, from a biological standpoint, stress was never really meant to be the villain we see it as today. See, at its core, stress is a survival tool. It's this ancient system that's designed to get our bodies ready for immediate action. You can think of it like a shot of pure espresso for your entire system, giving you this massive burst of energy and focus to outrun a predator or, to absolutely nail a big presentation. And this, right here, is the critical difference. Acute stress is like a sprint. It's intense, yeah, but it's over pretty quickly. It can actually be helpful. But chronic stress, the kind that comes from endless deadlines or constant conflict, well, that's a marathon with no finish line. Your body gets stuck in that high alert mode, and that is where the real damage begins. So what happens when that sprint turns into a marathon that just never, ever ends? Well, that's when stress starts a quiet, relentless attack on your most valuable asset, your brain. The main chemical agent in this whole process is a hormone called cortisol. In these short, sharp bursts, it's a lifesaver. It helps you focus, it regulates your blood sugar, but when you have high levels of cortisol just hanging around all the time, it flips the script. It goes from hero to villain. And this is really the heart of the issue. High cortisol doesn't just make you feel frazzled, it physically reshapes your brain. I mean, it's like a rogue contractor came in and started doing renovations you never ever approved of. It's a structural problem. So what do these renovations look like? Well, first, it starts to shrink your hippocampus. That's your brain's center for learning and memory. So yep, that's why you feel forgetful. At the same time, it actually enlarges your amygdala, your brain's fear center, making you way more anxious. It also damages the prefrontal cortex, which hurts your focus and decision-making, and it literally stops you from creating new brain cells. Yikes! Okay, I know, that all sounds incredibly bleak. But hang on, because this is the single most important message I want you to hear today. This is not a one-way street. The science on this is unbelievably clear. Our brains are remarkably resilient. They're plastic. And with the right strategies, you can stop and even reverse these changes. You have the power to literally help rebuild your own brain. And the very first step in that fight is simply awareness. We all have a default reaction to stress, a go-to move. What's yours? Take a look at these. Do you see your pattern here? Maybe you're the shark, you get aggressive and you attack. Or maybe you're the tortoise, you retreat into your shell and just shut everyone out. Or maybe you just freeze, you feel totally paralyzed. Figuring out your personal stress signature is the absolute first step to changing it. So once you know your pattern, you can start building a new toolkit. A toolkit of practical, science-backed strategies that can short-circuit that stress response and help you build up your resilience. First things first, we've got to start with the fundamentals. These 4 things are totally non-negotiable for a healthy brain. And what's amazing is that things like exercise and meditation, they don't just reduce your stress levels. Research shows they can actually increase the size of your hippocampus, directly fighting back against the damage from cortisol and improving your memory. Okay, so here's a tool you can use right in the heat of the moment. It's called box breathing. It is a simple but super powerful way to basically hijack your body's stress response and tell your brain, hey, it's safe to calm down now. You can do this anywhere, anytime, and no one will even know. Now here's another great technique that targets the physical tension we all store in our bodies. By systematically tensing up and then completely releasing each muscle group, you're physically forcing your body to let go of that stress. It's like sending a direct command to your nervous system to just relax. All right, so beyond those foundational habits and those in the moment techniques, there is a fascinating way that you can directly communicate with your nervous system to bring on a state of calm. It's pretty cool. Let me introduce you to your vagus nerve. It's the longest cranial nerve in your body, and you can think of it as the primary brake pedal for your whole fight or flight system. So when you stimulate it, you are literally telling your body to switch from stress mode to rest mode. And what's wild is that it's surprisingly easy to manually hit that brake pedal. There are branches of the vagus nerve right in your ear that you can stimulate with just a simple massage. You could even try it right now. As you gently massage these spots, you might notice yourself take a deeper breath, or maybe even sigh. That's it. That's your nervous system responding in real time. So here's the main takeaway from all of this. Stress isn't just some enemy that you have to defeat. It's a signal. It's your body telling you that something is out of balance. So the real question isn't just how do I manage my stress? It's what is my stress trying to tell me? Answering that is the real first step from just surviving to truly thriving.